Okay, here's everything that happened in medicine and healthcare today, and it is August 13th. So, there was a recent study today published talking about what doctors wear and how people view that inside of a clinic. What they found was that in things like primary care, they liked casual clothes that were professional with a white coat, versus in things like the emergency room, they kind of preferred someone who was in scrubs. But when it came to COVID-19, they did like it when everyone was kind of wearing a mask or just other protective equipment. There was a new Gallup poll that was released today, and it's talking about how Americans are now drinking less alcohol, and they also think it's worse for them. In 2015, when they first did it, they found that over a quarter thought that alcohol was bad for them when they were consuming it. Now it's all the way up to 50% roughly. And now only 54% of the participants claim they drank alcohol, which is the lowest amount that they've had recorded in the 30 years of doing this kind of research. There was a study also published today in Human Reproduction talking about how women and men who had high BMIs when they were younger were less likely to have biological children. The point at which they saw the highest amount was especially in women, and the absolute highest was when they had the highest level of BMI. And lastly, there was a CDC report today that talked about the autism diagnosis rates for both boys and girls in young education. They found that on average, boys were diagnosed at the age of 4, but girls were significantly later, often way after they started school. This means that boys likely had access to easier resources at an earlier age, while women often had to wait until later because they weren't diagnosed at that point. If you want a more in-depth analysis about everything we talked about and the links to all of the studies, or if you want to help support the page as a medical student, you can find some links for that inside of the bio, to the link to the Substack or ways to support me. I will see you tomorrow for the rest of the news.